I want a perfect body, and I want a perfect soul, and I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're just so fucking special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo.
This lesson is all about learning how to access your volume control mechanism within the body instead of the throat. Most singers will pinch at the throat to get louder or to get softer, and they'll pinch and they'll squeeze. If we learn to let these muscles do it, you get a lot more fullness in your tone, a lot more control, and your voice lasts way longer. Benefits of body-connected volume control include richer, fuller tone, easier belting, and increased vocal stamina and overall control. So, every time I teach a student how to do this, we use a special tool called a raspberry trill. Now, if you don't know what it is, I'm going to explain, but I have to give you the speech that I give to everyone because I already know what half the comment section is going to be. Half the comment section is going to be, can I do something else because I cannot do this? This is too hard. What are you not explaining to me? I can't even start it. And that's because a raspberry trill, unlike a regular lip trill, a raspberry trill has the tongue in between the lips. Now, half of you will say, oh, this is easy, this is nothing, I can do this. The other half, if this is happening, wait, don't get frustrated. Take a breather, just calm down. I hate when you tell people to calm down, like makes them more irate, ironically. But try to remain calm. You're one of many. A lot of people struggle with this, but the only way out is through. You just have to do it. There's no trick. There's nothing I'm leaving out. You just have to keep doing it until the throat and the root of the tongue loosen up. If you're someone who for years has been using your throat muscles to control volume and power, it's gonna be really tight. And so the harder it is for you to do a raspberry trill, the more you need to do it. So if you're getting this, I've seen it happen a lot. I've seen it happen in workshops and in private sessions. Don't freak out. Just breathe. Just shake it off. You just gotta shake it off. Yeah, that, like me some Mariah. Okay, anyway, back to the scheduled programming. You had your break. Try it again. Just what we want is, if that is impossible for you to do right now, then pause the video and just get a sustained raspberry going. It's probably the most challenging of the trills. You have tongue trill, you have lip trill, you have raspberry. Also, you'll notice, and I'm talking, you're trilling, you'll notice that it requires some body connection here. So I can't just do it on my throat. If I'm trilling, if you look at my torso here, there's action that has to happen. My abs are going in and up. My rib cage flares out. That's the key. I'm gonna remind you of I'm corseted in, but I'm flaring out. So we need both. You see that kind of heaving of the body. If you're getting this, you have work to do. If you're getting this, you have work to do. So this is kind of like step one of coordination. Let's begin with this. I'm gonna start off with a comfortable raspberry tone. Wherever I feel comfortable, my voice is pretty deep. I'm a low voice type. So I'm gonna, that's comfortable for me right now. Can I do a higher note? Yeah, I can go higher than that, but that's not the point. I want to do, it feels weird talking my tongue right now, but the point is to do whatever is most comfortable right now. And for me, that's comfortable. For you, it may be different. Of course, it will be different with different people. So after I do that, after I get that good tone, I want to fluctuate it a little bit. I'm going to kind of punch it a bit. It's like a vroom vroom kind of thing. I know it's childish, but I think you understand. It's like vroom vroom, but with the raspberry. So I'm gonna. And can you see? This is working. This is not. So my body is doing that. See, the magic of a raspberry trill is that it demands that the root of your tongue be released and that your throat be released to some degree, to a great degree. So if you start to clench too much, you'll get it'll lock up on you like you're trying to switch gears too soon, okay? So let's try that again. We let the breath come in comfortably throughout the torso. We're not forcing any kind of belly breathing or anything like that. Just let the breath come in without you clenching up. And then try it with different tones, comfortable tones. Feel the body jump. And I want to be crystal clear here. Again, I want to reiterate this until you're blue in the face with it. The abs come in and up, yes, but the ribs have to go out. That's what creates that chamber of compression. If your ribs are collapsing, you're not really connecting your body to your voice. You're not really supporting or singing from the diaphragm. And I use these terms because if you know anatomy and physiology, there's more than just the diaphragm at work here. But the point is, the body has to engage, okay? If you are having difficulty with this, remember, your throat may kick in as a knee-jerk response, but your conscious mind does have the final say. If you feel your throat kicking, make it let go. Give yourself permission to feel something new. One of the biggest hindrances with this technique is that a lot of times singers are so married to, this feels like control, to grab up here, it feels like control. I get it. I used to do it all the time and it sounded like a nasal mess and be going hoarse and everything. Letting go of this feels like I'm asking you to drive a car without grabbing the steering wheels. You're like, how the hell am I supposed to do that? But let go. Give yourself permission to try it, to feel something new. If you feel that initial twinge, don't just stop. Try to keep the trill going as you release. If you feel, the body will kick in. Singing is not effortless. This is not an effortless thing. We don't want it tension-free. We just want a transference of tension to the places that are equipped to handle tension healthily. So as I let go here, it should be a transference of energy to my abdominal region, my intercostal region. You might even feel it as deep as the glutes and the pelvic floor and the hips, depending on how well developed your internal musculature is. All musculature is internal, I guess, in a sense, but those deep-rooted muscles are. So keep that in mind as you're practicing this and give yourself permission to suck at this. You may not be great right off the bat, and that's okay. You have to play with it. You have to practice. If you don't get it right away, it's not the end of the world. That's what practicing is for. So practice it. And of course, if you're having too much trouble, go to aapproach.com. It should be on the screen somewhere and at all times. Go to aapproach.com. You can book a lesson with me, or you can purchase one of our 5-star rated, consumer rated, exclusive video series that you can't find anywhere else. And you'll be able to learn all kind of extra tips and tricks and whatever. So yeah, check that out. Have to say it. It is what it is.
And I want you to notice when I'm not around.
So now we're gonna work out. So as you, I don't know if you can see with this dark, I'm sweating in my shirt. Like I'm sweating from last clip. My point to you is, you can work. This cannot. I don't want work from here. I don't want work from the jaw or from the tongue, but your core is corseting in and up. Your ribs are flaring out. It can work. So don't be afraid to let it work. And I'm not going to sing the Rihanna song, even though I'm tempted, but we're going to get to it. All right. So pick a comfortable tone. If at any point you need to pause the video and dwell on a certain part, feel free to do so. I'm going to be right here because I'm like trapped in your computer or your phone or whatever. That's a creepy way of saying it. So let's do it. We're gonna start off with just trying to feel the inward movement of the abs. Can you just feel that in and up? Notice I keep doing this And I know it's like jazz hands and spirit fingers, but I want you to feel it's not. I'm not crunching. It's not that. It's in and up. Think ballet dancer, and it's a response to my voice. I'm not just churning my abs, but because I'm trilling, I'm allowing my abs to respond to that. At A Approach, we call this reflexive support, meaning that your body responds to your voice. That's what connection is. Instead of this being the reflex that we now have this in and up. But also, the ribs is what people miss. So I'm talking, you're trilling. Feel that. Let's do some quick little sforzando type, you know. So now we're gonna work a little harder. Your body should kind of bounce. Let's root the breath. We're gonna need to really kind of be a little more conscious and deliberate this time. We're getting a little fancier. I'm using my hand for illustration. You don't have to use your hand. So my ribs flare out with each exertion. My abs kind of churn in and up more with each exertion. So it's not here. Doesn't sound amazing, but my body is learning, my brain is learning, oh, this connects with all of this. So you should be able to feel it on an ah or an e or any vowel. That's the goal. And then you can sing whatever the hell you'd want to sing. So let's do a slower one now. Slowly crescendo. This is a bit more work. I'm going to start off comfortably, then I'm going to gradually get louder. Comfortably soft, and I'm going to gradually get louder. And my corset's lifting me up. So it's like lifting me in and up. My ribs are flaring up, so my whole body is becoming more erect and moving upward. So I want you to try that. Start off comfortably soft, not so soft to where you pinch, but just comfortably soft and gradually get louder in volume, but you got to keep the trill going. And I really feel even down to my hip sockets. I feel like the little V area, I feel the sides, I feel all of that working. Let it all work, okay? So let's try it one more time. I feel like I have to stand up straighter. Wow, I can feel that working. So hopefully you can see it. But when you can do that, I want to try to decrescendo from there. So I'm going to get louder, and then I'm going to pull back and get softer. That's the hard part, and that's not the best example. So let's try it again. So I'm still warming up along with you. So the way back is actually like, that's the trick, because you think that, oh, getting louder is harder. No, going from loud to soft on your body. Most singers, they pinch here for softness, and they go, when you were there before. They think that's what it is. If it's on the body and it's soft, this is released, and my body, whatever it is, I'm just throwing out random sounds. But even soft tones need that support from the body. I'm all curling over. That's not how it's supposed to look, but even soft tones need the support of the body, okay? Keep that in mind. Let's do one more little thing. So I want us to pick a slightly higher note. I can't remember what note I did before, but I'm just gonna aim for a higher register. The temptation is to grab here, but what I love about a raspberry, and the reason why we're doing it is as I'm crappily demonstrating to you, if you try to clench even a little bit, and even though I'm the teacher, I'm not exempt, if you try to decrescendo and it starts to clamp up too much here, the mechanism of the trill will stop. It's like throwing a monkey wrench in those gears. It'll stop on you. I love how protective it is. And if you're familiar with the term messa di voce, the legendary kind of classical, advanced classical technique, that's in essence what we're aiming toward. It's just that most people, when they try to do a, you know, and normally it's much slower, but they'll use their throat a lot. A raspberry trill makes it very difficult to hurt yourself. And that's why but you still get to work the muscles and develop it. And you'll find that when you go to sing, or even if I speak, like I'm gonna relax my body, I want you to notice that as I'm speaking now, my abs are pulling in and up, and I'm gonna touch my ribs now. And if I start to talk again, my ribs flare out. Of course, it goes down as soon as I stop talking. But the point is we're trying to develop reflexes where my ribs know to open up to help me compress the breath, and that's what happens. So that's what we want to aim for with you. It's going to help to make your voice stronger, even your speaking voice. So if you can master this way of working out, where it's all on your body and not on your throat, and already I feel like my speaking voice is much clearer than it was when we first began. It's an early shoot for me, so I kind of warmed up with you. But work it, and if you feel fatigued, take a break and then go back to it later. This is definitely an advanced technique. That's why this is part of the vocal workout and not vocal warm-up. So in the next video, certified A approach instructor Mike Bryant is going to take this to another level of even greater intensity. So you really want to make sure that you master each step, or at least, I shouldn't say master, you don't have to be perfect, but that you can at least feel fairly proficient with this before moving to Michael's video. And you're gonna look anyway, but just know that if you suck at what he's doing, you probably need to spend more time in videos 1 and 2 and then work your way to that. As always, you can go to aapproach.com for more. You can take lessons with me from anywhere in the world via Skype or FaceTime, or in person, you know. So check that out. We have home study programs, and that's it for me. And go work with Mike in the next video. Peace.